Hi, I'm Tracy Churchill from Pathological Demand Avoidance Australia Incorporated, also known as PDA Australia. I'm also the CEO, which I say stands for Chief Everything Operator right now. However, as an incorporated association, we do have a board that oversees all of our activities. My PDA'er son, Caden, is the one who actually inspired this venture. Caden plays a vital part in everything that we do as a charity, along with the support of my autistic daughter, as well as my late diagnosed partner who is also autistic. In addition, I'm currently in the middle of being assessed myself for inattentive ADHD, so we are a neurodivergent family. Sally from PDA Talk has had a fundamental role in helping identify how PDA Australia can best support the community. She has a wealth of knowledge with lived and professional experience within the PDA space. Even though Caden was at a wonderful school, school was still quite challenging. He was diagnosed with ASD, ADHD, ODD, general anxiety disorder and dyslexia. So he had an abundance of things, but just nothing ever quite fit. None of the diagnoses ever fit him. In year 4, our home resembled continuous nightly meltdowns, and no one, friends, family, professionals, no one really got it. We just thought we were bad parents, even though we were constantly told by school and others that we were doing a great job, although it certainly didn't feel like it. By this stage, our family was in absolute crisis. Then we heard about PDA and we had the light bulb moment, which is pretty typical for families of PDAers. Suddenly, it all made sense, and you feel like you're actually properly understood your child for the first time. With this information, we were able to make some huge lifestyle changes, including withdrawing Caden from school to help ease the anxiety that he and our entire family were feeling. I'm happy to say that with some support from the PDA community, PDA Society, lots of lived and professional experience, we have built a much calmer and safer family life to support each of our individual neurodivergent needs. It's allowed our children to really flourish as the humans that they are. The first annual PDA Virtual Summit was held in July in 2020. One of the 20-ish speakers was Fran from Underwing. Now, Fran was talking about her business, mentoring, supporting special needs, because she's a believer that everyone deserves support to reach their full potential. I realised how much learning about PDA, implementing PDA family practices in our lives, and meeting and connecting with others in the PDA community had helped us. We wanted to find a way to really help other families on the same journey. So I set a Zoom meeting with friends straight after the summit. Fran inspired me to take my business experience and turn it into a business specialising in PDA awareness in Australia. I then met with the PDA Society's trustees, the Chair Sally and Vice Chair Vicky, to get some guidance and support my work in Australia. And so November 2020 was when we decided to start PDA Australia. It was a 12-month process to finally set up as a registered charity with headquarters in Brisbane, Queensland, but we registered for charitable services right across the country. As an organisation in Australia, our mission is to increase awareness of PDA as a profile on the autism spectrum. We want to educate the community about the features of PDA and what life is like for individuals with this complex profile and their families. We want to facilitate greater identification of PDA as an official diagnosis in Australia. and gather data to inform further research, resources and supports, and help illustrate the experience of PDA for PDAers and their families. Establishing best practice standards for those supporting PDAers in medical, allied health, education, and the wider community settings. We want to show the world the truth about these wonderful, complicated, and often completely misunderstood humans.
Hi there, my name is Jacinta and my daughter is a PDA'er. PDA Australia has helped me help my daughter by providing support and useful resources. I want to help raise awareness of PDA because we need more professionals here in Australia that are familiar with and acknowledge the PDA autistic profile. This is important because the traditional support methods for autistic children don't often work for PDAers and can sometimes make things worse. I'm very thankful to have found this organisation and I hope others find it as useful as I have.